What's up, ballers? It's Bobby Buckets back with another episode of NBA Live Mobile Millionaire. In today's episode, I'm going to show you guys how I make coins once I get to around the 200,000 mark. So obviously I've been doing this for a little bit since I'm currently at 323,000. There's actually a couple methods that I use. The first one is going to be involving the impact players. So we're going to go over to players. I haven't used this method on this account, but I've used it on my other two. Super effective. First, you got to know which impact players sell for the most. So one of the biggest sellers that you can get their card for cheap is Kevin Love. I think I got his card for 20,000, and his impact players resells for around 300,000, which is crazy, especially considering what you have to put into it. You can probably put it together for only 150k, so that's pretty much just doubling your coins right there, which is hard to do once you get to higher amounts. So Kevin Love's a good one. Isaiah Thomas is another good one. He's really a really popular impact player. He'll probably go for mid 200s. It depends on what server you're in, but he'll also go for a decent amount. He's really the only point guard that'll go for a lot. Chris Bosh goes for a decent amount because he's a big guy that can also shoot. Kemba won't go for a whole lot. Gordon Hayward will go for a decent amount, and you can get his card for pretty cheap. So that's one that I would go for. He'll probably go for mid, somewhere between 175 and 200, which is still good because you should easily be able to put these players together for less than 150,000. Next is Porzingis. He will sell for a ton, but it is super hard to get his impact card for cheap because everybody uses him. So his is probably going to be one of the hardest impact cards to get. You'll be lucky to get it for under 40k. You just got to keep looking at the auction house, keeping your eyes open. Most of these guys don't sell for very much. Even Paul George, Anthony Davis are pretty cheap. DeMar DeRozan sells for a pretty good amount. I think I sold him for about 180k, which was a little while ago, but it should still be somewhere around there. Jahlil Okafor is another one who sells for a ton. I still haven't found his impact card for under 40k. By impact card, I mean the elite collectible that you need for him. So he's another one. If you can find his impact collectible for 30 to 40k, that's a pretty good steal. And Brandon Knight is another one. He is probably the most popular impact player. I've seen a lot of people on him, never found his impact card for cheap. He's one you want to go for if you can find it for under 40k. And then, let's see, last two are probably going to be Russell Westbrook and Draymond Green. Westbrook, obviously, because he's just good at everything. So he's a solid all-around player. He'll probably go for around 200,000. Same for Draymond. He's a consistent shooting big man, and he's super versatile. He can play pretty much any position. So yeah, those are the impact players that you want to go for if you're going to go the impact route. Your other option is to use the elite filter. So what you're going to do is go to auctions, go to search, go to type elite players. We're going to look for anybody. Actually, it doesn't matter what their rating is. Anybody under 70,000. Let's see. Probably not going to find any. Nope. But the good thing about those is I've probably gotten 4 or 5 today on a different account. They will resell for at least 80,000. So not necessarily. Actually, I don't think I've even sniped a. You can see there's still an hour left on all of these, so you'll be able to resell for 80,000. You will get a decent amount taken out for taxes, so you may want to lower the filter a little bit depending on which player you're going for. But I've gotten quite a few John Walls and Lillards for 65,000, so that's an easy, probably 10k profit right there. I've gotten one Drummond, a few others. It's a good way because once you get into the higher coin values, it's a lot harder to make the same percentage of profit buying like silver cards or gold cards because you have very good profit percentages, but you don't have very high profit margins. So for these, you're trying to go for getting the most back on each card rather than getting the most percentage back. So that's my tip for you if you're going to go for elites. You could also set the filter for 85 and above, which will get you impact players. let's see. I imagine, I'm going to guess 100,000 would be a good price for most Impact players. Let's see. Yeah, if you can get them for 100,000. I know there's plenty that sell for 120,000. Reggie Jackson, I think, sells for about 120,000. Yeah, that Chris Paul, Kawhi. I'm kind of surprised Kawhi Leonard and Westbrook are up for that cheap. But yeah, so if you want to try and go for the 85s, you can probably try to set that price for around 100,000. See if you can make some decent profit there. If I were you, I would start out the Impact route, and once you've run out of Impact players that you can make a profit on, try sniping those elites. That's going to be it for this episode. I'll be sure to put some more tips on my website. I'll put a link up at the top. Be sure to check that out. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.